let's give it to someone on your left. So the person to your left is the person you're giving the rose.
We're in a circle with everybody. Oh, I see.
Just drop to your left.
Yes.
Buffet, you do know your left and your right, right?
Huh?
You know your left and your right, right?
And at the end, we have to do MVPs. Right?
I mean, we've never done that before.
Done what stuff?
MVP.
Or most of the...
Oh, the dips.
The dips.
Events give out the game.
Yeah, the game.
So let's have Hef start. So goes to the person to your left, and then a Thorn.
If I'm
about
blocking
yourself.
people's view, I'm sorry.
So actually, well, I have one prepared for you.
Going that way.
You were one of the most consistent players. So you can get the roast. So not making any like risky decisions. Right? Always holstering, like your fundamentals, swing, this, recognizing the break force, break side. And just doing that is like enough to be like a what's another word for like great?
Amazing.
Really good.
Phenomenal.
Superb, yeah, superb player.
Superb,
right?
phenomenal.
Like even until you were unfortunately injured, you were still paying attention to the field, observing, and still hungry to like learn and make better adjustments in the future. So
To just pay out that, I think Will has the least ultimate experience here by like quite a bit, and I think just like being able to like stably like contribute at like this level is like really impressive.
As a handler,
No, you didn't.
that out.
He goes, no, you didn't.
If you do have a big thing that you want to know about someone, go for it. And then Thorn.
oh yeah, fourth. Yes. So I was playing a chaser a lot this tournament. I obviously need to get more stamina because when I started getting gassed, not only affects me physically but also like mentally. What I need to like make quick decisions, split-second decisions, or recognizing some anomalies on the field. So yeah, just need to be more endurant, so to like prevent all those like getting tired, burned out in my head, and that's it.
Oh yeah, Will.
Fuck yeah, Will.
For my roast for Griff, I think your throws were incredible all weekend, and like just the way you were moving as a handler, you were creating a lot of space. You were making it so that we could progress up the field against the zones. Very, very impactful. My thorn myself is being better at defending the strike cuts from handlers. I was constantly getting beat by that, so that's something I gotta work on.
Luckily, that's an easy one to fix.
Okay,
No, I'm serious. It's an easy one. It's an easy fix. Serious.
So I got Tibbers to my left. This was Tibbers' first tournament with us, and he's only been practicing with us for really just a few weeks, but you wouldn't know it. I mean, the way he's been playing this weekend, I really trust him pretty much in all facets of the game. He's been a commander for us, his deep, talking to the wings, the short deeps, just being the general on the field, swatting shit down back there. On offense, really consistent hopper wing, whatever we ask of him. Really able to flow it up the field and just be a reliable putter for us whenever we need it. So yeah, really great stuff all weekend to this. A thorn for myself, I want to get more comfortable with all parts of our defense. So like, there were a couple times where we ran D-stack, and I think Buffet or Smith, whoever, they asked me to be a point on the diamond, but I wasn't too comfortable with that yet, so I asked to be a wing, but I just want to get better with that so I can be comfortable doing whatever I'm asked to do on the field. So we'll just do that more of that in practice. We'll get there.
Yeah. So I have to do the rose first?
You do whatever you want first.
I prefer this. I feel I'd rather end it on a positive.
Yeah, that's what we did last time.
It is up to you to do weekend.
Yeah, for myself, got like my mental game needs improvement. Like that's why I didn't play those last few points, because I just wasn't really feeling it. Like it wasn't there, so I kind of regret that. I probably should have just forced myself to play. Anyway, for Murr,
Thank you.
Cutting on the wings was nasty. Like you didn't always get it, but that's not the most important part of cutting. The most important part of cutting is creating opportunities, and we did a lot of that.
Yeah.
defense machine.
I was so tired on those wings.
Yeah.
Hey, yo. Hey,
My muscles are so
So, for Tiny's Rose, I thought he did a great job hustling, getting open on offense, and when some of you guys kind of threw it a little far, he fucking booked it and like dove for that disc. He just did a great job of like listening to that, especially when he had like no stall over there.
Shout
Yeah.
out to Tiny looking like Antonio Brown before he went crazy on that sideline back there. That was nuts.
That was sick.
That was pretty cool.
Oh, thank you, Mark.
I'm glad you like that.
My
only regret is that I didn't get to watch me play.
My thorn is just what GK was saying on the defensive wing and zone, pinching in more towards the middle of like where the poppers would be coming in. I kind of wasn't getting the hang of that, like understanding that, but as time went on, I started to get a little bit, but I still want to get better at that. And then also, when he said that if they huck it kind of like towards the middle of the field and like we're sprinting back, he said to like stall that for like maybe 4 seconds. So definitely wanted to work on that, but I never got the opportunity to. Mostly those wing things.
I've never been compared to Antonio Brown. Thank you.
Until now, baby.
Until now. I'll start with Thorn. Obviously, I would have liked to have contributed more to the championship game. I apologize for that. My number one priority right now is just getting healthy, getting my knee where it needs to be. And defensively today, I think I need to be a little bit more aware of my field awareness, especially as a wing. You know, it's not a position I play a lot, but today was a lot of good practice doing that, and I just need to get better at my field awareness there. Now this guy over here, when healthy, he has consistently been a great cutter, a clutch catcher of the disc, really smart with his throws, really smart. I think we saw a lot of that yesterday, and a good portion of that during our first game today. So I think overall your consistency is what stands out the most, and how much you just commit at every single point, every single play. Thank you.
I will start with my thorn. I feel like for myself, I want to get better at the end zone set. I feel like sometimes I'll get the disc near the end zone, but I won't command the field to like set it up very well, or I won't, like the execution is just like a little slow, so speeding that up, making it more crisp. In terms of my rows for X, I think X had one of the coolest plays this weekend when he like bodied two ADK guys and still caught the ball.
He dunked it on him too, I think.
Two-handed dunk. Yeah. But like, X always finds a way to come down with those jump balls. Like, I don't know how, but you do a great job of reading the disc. You play smart. You find the right positions. I feel like, especially as the day went on, you got asked to play in a lot of different roles, but you were able to contribute in all of them. All around
Thank you. Speaking of just playing different positions, I learned a lot, and I had the ability to adjust on those new points. I think my biggest thorn right now is just calming my mind down when in the heat. You know, my physical stamina, I can do better with that over time, but so is my mental stamina, my focus stamina. So I want to improve on that, and that'll help me become a better Frisbee player, human in general. This man is fantastic. I mean, like, you know, playing with him, understanding chemistry and understanding, I mean, I learned so much just in the past 48 hours that I've learned in the last 4 years. You know what I mean? Just like a lot. He's been a huge asset, like an assistant coach, a padre in so many ways, and it's fantastic. It was a treat playing with you.
For me, my biggest thing that I'm trying to work on is names. I think I'm actually a lot closer than I thought I would be right now. I'm pissed with names. But my other thorn that I have for myself is I would like to understand your sets and your flow a little better. I was getting some synergy, but there's still, I don't know everyone well enough to not be able to think and play. So my goal is to try to get to that point. My rows for Ocap, my captain, I think he does a very good job of being calm when a lot of others might not be. He does a good job of kind of solidifying his position and slowing things down. I think that he does a great job of getting to the end zone and being kind of the rock that's required. Not everybody needs to be buzzing around and running, and I think he does a good job of that.
Yeah, also on defense, even when he gets like on the way to getting beat deep, like his intimidity is just like something phenomenal can't explain.
He's so tall.
I'm so
And
tall.
all the time, he just like makes
Footsteps
people
are
like not
powerful.
catch or just drop it or like whatever. It's just like
Yeah.
Footsteps for life, man.
Yeah. Hustle is very underrated in this sport. If you just follow someone, you get deep. Like, anyway, my Thorn, similar to last tournament, I'd like to throw deep more. I feel like there were like some good situations, especially with the win today, and I just wasn't thinking creatively enough with my throws to really just put it out there and let people go get it. And also just make some quicker decisions out there. A lot of times in like zones, I was kind of like scanning the field for like way too long, trying to find the right throw, when the answer was just catch it, quick scan, and dish. So something to work on going forward. And my rows for my former flatmate over here, just easily. Anyway, Stutz is far and away the reason that our zone defense works. He's just holding it down from the middle there. He's guiding everyone through it, and we made our zone work against all sorts of teams this weekend. None of the other three teams we played this weekend were like even remotely similar, and it worked at least to varying degrees, but like all of it mostly successful because of Stutz. So.
Hell yeah, Studs.
Nice. Also, shout out to Gabby for photographing us through the
Gabby!
Turn the camera on yourself.
No, it's not happening.
Pictures for Instagram.
Woo.
All right, to start with my Thorn, I think definitely endurance in that last game. I was starting to get pretty gassed, and explosiveness. I think if I have 5% more speed, I can make a play on a lot more discs when we're in that man set. I'm like 2 steps away from being able to touch the disc. So I just want to work on that. For my rows, for Ghirardelli, woo! I know you may have felt like I yelled at you a lot this weekend on the field. The reason for that is I think you have one of the highest peaks on this team to be one of the best players in this team. So I want to help you get there. One big shot this last game was your marks.
Yeah.
No rounds. I think you forced like 2 turnovers just because they had to throw it away. Because you just would not let anything around. So that's really good stuff.
Yeah, Griff. Great job, man. We worked on that. I saw that you were a little down, a little upset and frustrated. We had our 15-minute little powwow on the side. You came out and you accepted it. Like I said, I was telling you before, I was talking to Vanilla, and you are one of the most coachable and receptive people. You're hypercritical of yourself, which can be a good thing as long as it doesn't turn toxic. And I think that you are very, very good and very able to learn. Great job.
Appreciate it, boys.
Good play.
Thorn first, right? Yeah. For my Thorn, I just want to like perfect my timing with like cuts and everything, like both in vert and hoe stack. You know that there were probably a lot of chances for me to get the disc on the wing or as a popper this weekend, and it just didn't happen. So I just gotta get better with that, I think. And my rose is gonna go to Bowers for.
Oh yeah, left.
Oh, it's the left.
You can do 2. You can do 2.
Oh, I didn't know we were doing that.
Senior David rules.
yeah, we said that at the beginning. Like,
Senior David rules.
rookie mistakes. You can do both. Let's start with it.
All right. David fucking had a great weekend too. I mean, I think he had the most points out of all of us. If I'm not mistaken. I mean, I'm gonna keep a track right there, but he had a lot of points. He's great getting open. Some of the best cuts I've seen out of him all weekend. So, great job, man. And yeah, Bauer, just thanks again for keeping me up on the sideline. And yeah, I was able to get like a new intensity going because of you.
Dude, you crushed it. You came out with 2 to 3 turns because of you. That round seal was perfect. You did it exactly right.
David, you also had just
phenomenal field recognition. When the deep would pinch in a little bit, you took advantage of that every time and were
Why
wide
did they keep doing that when I had the disc? Like, every team did that.
They did adjust at the end.
They expect you to
They were
throw it
finally
away.
like, no bigs.
Give that love you.
And to be fair,
To be fair.
To be fair.
TBS, you won't have to hear from me for another month.
Are you allowed to attend if you're not attending practices?
So my thorn is I think I need to work on recognizing what kind of cut I should be doing when I'm cutting from the stack, because I found especially towards that last game I was just cutting deep every time, and I shouldn't have been because they were like it was just the handler was not ready to throw deep at that point, and I should have been able to recognize that, and I want to work on that. My rose to Connor here is his pop-up actually, because I'm used to seeing Connor as the deep threat, and today and yesterday he was the in threat. He was the threat cutting in every time, almost every single time Connor cut in, he got thrown to and it was a catch. Almost every single time.
You boys, you did great.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Love you.
See you soon.
Later.
See you, Simon.
That's it? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, J-Man.
No, he like got cut off halfway. I didn't know it was.
Banished.
I threw on his pants.
Go join them.
Yeah,
So my thorn, you know, I'm pretty self-critical, so I could like put a list out for you.
Just need one
But
thing.
the one thing that I think I proved to myself that like I have the ability to be the kind of player that I want to be. But this was also one of my first times in a championship game at a tournament like this, so I think I underestimated the physical and mental, as I said, stamina. We actually talked about that earlier. The physical and mental stamina that was needed. Like I said, I think it was one of my better tournaments that I played. Partly because in the beginning I was very chilly, made the right throws, and then it kind of broke down at the end there when you guys needed a little bit sturdier of a hand, steadier of a hand. So that would be my thorn. My rose, I could honestly give everybody a rose because everybody played.
I was going to say the same thing.
And one of my favorite things about playing with everybody is that like the growth throughout the weekend is always like phenomenal, and it's really fun to see. It makes it really fun to play. But my one rose, my true love rose to Matt. You know, I think having somebody who has all the throws, and once they get the disc, they're a threat to everywhere is like the biggest weapon. But Matt was super chilly this weekend. Commanded the field when he was out there. And yeah, played phenomenal.
My thorn is many. Something I noticed going through today is I want to have more synergy with more of our players. With Bowers on the field, it felt great being able to work it up the field with him. I want to have that ability to be able to do it with more people on this team, because that would have been a huge threat, especially in our hoe. I just want to work on that more with people. My rose for Jeff. Jeff, today, this is the best ultimate I have ever seen you play.
Especially in that final.
In all of the years that I've played with you, today was the best I've ever seen you play. You brought like A+ game. You holstered the disc at perfect times. You put the disc when you knew you needed to. You moved it, and you moved to the spot where you needed to be next. It was amazing. I was just entire day. I kept telling people that I was so impressed with how well you were playing. I want you to keep that up.
And you know what I think it was? I think you tend to think about the game too much, and then you got tired. You stopped thinking and you started playing really fucking well.
I guess, yeah.
No, it's true. You just gotta you know what to do. You have the instinct.
That was the opposite of my thought. What you just said.
Oh,
so I was like,
your opinion's stupid and mine's better. So I don't.
Okay. Chef.
F has a rose.
F has an extra rose.
This one goes to X. Not for on the field. It's for more off the field because like we had some conversations like off the field, and it was like I got to get more comfortable talking with him because he let me know that he's like very honest and direct with what he says, what he thinks, and that kind of honest talk will like eventually bring that positive chemistry upwards. I have my thanks to him. It helped me a lot.
Good job,
I see myself.
Good work. Good job, team. Second place.
So hey, great job, guys. Seriously, this was a great tournament. First time I've played with you guys. I think that we are remarkably better than when this tournament started, as evidenced by just the scores themselves. Everything was up the whole way through. I could do a rose and a thorn all day. I try to give out as many roses as I can, and I'm a little hesitant to give out thorns just because I'm worried about how it's perceived and all that. But honestly, I'll try to